equipment to Alarka Junction, and after the last passenger train left, I shunted those into the work area. And then I went up to the coal mine. I didn't put this on the string. I think I sent the locomotive up to the coal mine, the G26. There were 2 cars waiting, so I figured I would wait for as long as I could in the day, so still the same day, and see how many got loaded. And I waited an hour and none appeared, and I waited another hour and one appeared, so I waited a third hour and a fourth one appeared. So I had 4 cars ready to go, so I was, right, okay, let's hitch up the locomotive. As I'm reversing the locomotive onto the coal cars, another coal car appeared, so I had 5. And I thought, okay, this could be a challenge. Our locomotive might have a problem with this, because you've got the climb out to Hemingway, and then you've got the climb out of Bryson towards Ela. So 5 full coal cars. I had 2 empty box cars from Appalachian Hardwoods, which I wasn't too worried about. It's like if I can haul 5, then the 10-20 tons that a box car weighs empty is not going to slow me down any. And the locomotive actually made it out of Bryson. I think I'd set it on 30 miles an hour. It slowed down to 26 on the climb, but cleared that and made it all the way back to the yard. So we can haul 5 coal cars on the G26. Now what I need to know is, can I haul 6 or 7? Because the next thing, I think there's about 7 cars left to haul back, and they'll be all there in the morning at Robinson Gap Coal. What I might end up doing is hauling all of them out of out of Robinson, and parking half of them on Alarka Junction and taking the other half back with me. But that prompts the potentially foolish decision I've made, and you'll discover that if I stream it tonight. Okay, so unload this. So I'm going to have to fill out the edges of the silo at this end now. So yes, at least as far as I'm concerned, a G26 can haul all of the empties to Robinson Gap of a tier 3 contract, and might be able to haul at least half of them back. So I'm going to have to make multiple trips back to East Whittier. So the primary goal now is to get a bigger locomotive that is capable of hauling all of a tier 3 contract in one go. The big G26, once we've unlocked Alarka Main, or Alarka Town, should we call it Alarka Town? Once we've unlocked Alarka Town, what I might be able to do then is, and we have the big locomotive, is actually use the G26 as the Alarka yard locomotive. It's strong enough to push the empty coal cars up the hill easily to the mine, and I think it can probably do tier 4 and 5 contracts on that. And it doesn't need to be able to haul a lot of coal, it just needs to have the brakes to stop a coal train pushing it down. So I'm thinking it might serve quite nicely as a service locomotive at Alaka town. So we'll see how that all pans out. Oh, probably 2 or 3 days or more. But yeah, definitely need big locomotive. Big locomotive is a serious need for us now, because the Alaka works train is over 1,500 tons per train, and G26 not going to be able to do that in one trip. Alrighty. Now this field gets all sorts of interesting again. We have missed some of the headlands. I'm going to try and fill in the headlands while I grab some of the rows. So initially I'm not going to be running the rows alternate or sequentially. Going to grab this lot. Okay, 1143, stream is 307 long. So for those of you worried, we are not going to have another ad break before the end of the show. A little bit of a struggle trying to keep this on the row. I think we're going to fill up before we get to the end. I know we're going to fill up before we get to the end. There we go. And it's kind of nice. I'm picking up a lot of viewers on Railroader on the YouTube vids. Not so many on Farming Simulator. Although to be fair, I don't look at this stream as something. I do this because I have a goal. I want to complete certain tasks on this. And I'm now at the point, at least on this playthrough, where my goal includes, let's try and get the enhanced bakery producing a bunch of stuff. So that's my goal on this playthrough. I'm not really, this isn't intended as I'm not, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, this is me having fun on a Saturday, which I share with people. And really, I try and keep things varied. I try and keep things semi-realistic. But I am going to, I'm not going to change the series just because I want to try out different maps. That used to be my weekday thing when I streamed frequently on weekdays. But as I said, this is more me having fun on Saturday morning while the rest of the family is in bed sleeping. And so I'm not looking to change. This is sort of my personal challenge series, as opposed to let's see how far we get in 2 years. Like what's his name? Virtual Farmer does. He usually plays a 1 day a month. Let's play 24 months and see how far we get. So his series are usually about 24 episodes. He does do a long-term realistic series as well. He does, he has multiple videos every week on Farm Sim that are different farms. And I used to do that. But since this is the only Farm Sim video I release, I'm not going to jump farms frequently. It's long-term challenge day. Yes, I have added it. I think I added the bees off camera, but there is the bee spore point that we walk past every morning, and or every time we start a video we walk past it unless I tab to vehicles. And I think the other week I did deliver the honey to the store because the supermarket had a good price on it. Okay, how are we doing? We're only 22,000 here, so I've got one more field after this one. We'll probably end the stream before I get that far. In fact, it's looking good. We're at 7:09. We're at 11:48 in the day. So what I'll probably do is we'll think about winding this up, and I will finish this off camera and compacting the silage bunker and all of the boring stuff. And next week Mrs. Osa will be back and sleeping. The kids should be here. Depends what their mum says. And so it will be slightly more loud stream next week than it was this week. But we'll have spraying to do. We'll have maybe a couple of contracts because it'll be May 3 and 4, and we will not have, after spraying these fields, anything else that we need to do until I don't know. See, the interesting thing is we're getting to the point on the farm now where we're looking at June, July for harvest. So I might skip a couple of months. Yeah, I think the only time I've ever had horses on a farm is when I was doing a co-op with Mrs. Osa, and I bought a really small pasture that only took 2 horses, and we bought one each, and we had to ride them once every farm day. So, and that I didn't mind doing. The problem is with horses was you need, you buy 8 horses, you've got to ride, or at least when they came out in 19, you have to ride every single horse 10 minutes a day. And I think that was real time minutes, so 80 minutes of my playtime was spent riding horses, and it's like, no. Now with Farm Sim 22, horses breed, so you make new horses and you ride them and all the rest of it. But they also had helper mods, which you could have a helper ride a horse for 10 minutes, each horse 10 minutes a day. So if you hadn't bothered riding one of your horses, the worker would charge you for riding the horse on your behalf. But kind of because of that, I really didn't get into horses because I have to ride a horse every darn day. Riding one for 10 minutes was kind of good because I would ride it out to the fields, I would look at the fields and basically use it as a scouting vehicle. But having 4 or 5, it was not a thing. Oh, I haven't done much either. When you look at the achievements, I actually did all of the achievements in Farm Sim 17. I have not done pigs. Pigs and horses in Farm Sim 19 still. And I have not done lots of achievements in Farm Sim 22. Including pigs, sheep, pigs and sheep, horses, and a couple of other things. I might not even have done chickens. Now, chickens are easy, so what I may end up doing is, because we need eggs for the bakery, I might just we'll get some chickens, we'll get some chicken breeding in, and we'll complete the chicken achievement. As I said, cows are already done. Sheep and pigs don't factor into any of the productions we have, so I don't need to do them on this farm. And maybe, like I said, contingency plans if this map completely, or this game save completely screws up here, and I need to figure something else out, I might go and do a small farm with a couple of pigs and a couple of sheep and just get those achievements completed. The other thing is because I'm playing with Maize Plus, it does make animals a lot more complicated on the food side than base game. So if we do have to jump over to another map, I will not be adding Maize Plus. As I said, probably won't add precision farming, and we might actually get to use Farm Sim Premium stuff. But we'll see how that all goes. It means we won't be chasing environmental scores and things like that. We'll have to fertilize our fields twice to get the best yield. That'll be an interesting thing. And if we're doing pigs, then we can use manure on the fields and spread manure on the fields, plant a crop, and then spray the field once it's growing. So we'll see what works out. I'm kind of hoping this series doesn't bug out entirely on me and we get to at least finish what we're planning. Yeah. I might even, some point in the future, look at what achievements I've made and what you need to do to complete them. I know in Farm Sim 17 and 19 it told you, breed 50 cows or 20 cows or whatever it was to get this achievement. Farm Sim 22, they did not tell you what you need to do as part of the achievement. Now, other people have posted on various forums around the interwebs telling you, oh, this achievement is done by driving vehicles 1,000 miles, or this achievement is done by buying 50 pieces of farm machinery. You don't have to own 50 pieces of farming machinery, you just have to have bought 50 pieces. So somewhat the way you can do that is I have a seeder, I'm going to sell it and buy a bigger seeder. That's 2 pieces of equipment you've bought. Oh dear. Oh dear. But, things like that. So those are all things. But I might, depending how far along we get with Railroader, before I get bored with. We've kind of unlocked we've done all the unlocks and we're managing all of the business industries, so we can call the series an end or something, or less frequent. I might start filling out midweek days with some other game streams, and one might be going back to Farm Sim 19 or back to Farm Sim 22 and rounding out the achievements so that all the achievements are done. Might even do some truck streaming at some time in the future. Right now we're doing Railroader when I can, and or when I feel like it, and we're doing Farm Sim Saturday. And I think for the most part this week I've done a number of Railroader videos just because Mrs. Osa's not here. But obviously when she comes back, we need to go shopping, I have to do that. Yeah, collectible, that's another thing I have not completed, and those are actually achievements. You have to do the collectibles in Silver and Forest, you have to do the collectibles in whatever the starting farms were in this game, and I haven't done those. So and there's one achievement for each one. In Farm Sim 17 the collectibles were much easier because they were gold nuggets, which were only supposed or intended to be on Gold Crest, the American farm, and collect the gold nuggets. But then all of the modders started putting gold nuggets on all of the maps, and I know one of them put all 100 on top of each other, so you just had to find that one and you've got all 100. And Giant said, no, you can't do that. If you're going to add gold nuggets, you have to make it a hunt. Lawfolds was a bit of a cheat. I didn't realise Lawfolds had gold nuggets for the longest time. But eventually there's this little pasture that you could drive into that wasn't a field, it was just at the top of the hill between all of your other fields. And there was literally no point going into it. And one day I just walked into it because I needed to cross the field to get from one tractor to the sheep farm or something like that. And came across a gold nugget, and then discovered that the field itself had all 100 gold nuggets in it. So it's like, yeah, okay, they're collected. There's my £1,000,000. I'm going to buy myself a nice big, forage harvester. Yes, collections are collections, and I haven't done any of them in Farm Sim 22, and because there's 3 or 4 maps, there's now 5 Giants maps, because you've got the original, the American one, the European one, there goes the sirens, Silver Run Forest, you've got the Swiss map, and then you've got the Premium Edition map. So there's 5, and need to collect. I need to do all of those as collections, and that'll get me achievements. I think achievements for each one. I'm not sure if Giants added achievements when they added DLC or not. I know Truck Sim does. And actually the achievements in Truck Sim get more and more difficult as time goes by, because one of them is drive 100% of the roads on the map. And it's like every DLC you buy gives you a couple of 100 miles more roads, so that's even more of the map you have to unlock. So it's actually good just to buy the game, explore all of the roads that you've bought, that you've purchased. That'll give you the achievements. Then buy the DLC and add more roads, but you already got the achievement, so that bit's done. So yeah, if Silver Run Forest has more achievements, then obviously they do add achievements per thing. So yeah, I'm going to have to. What I will do is I'll go out onto the internet just to see what achievements there are. Look at the for the ones I don't have. So I know, for example, sheep breeding. I do not have sheep breeding because we haven't done sheep in 22. Because we did like 1,500 sheep per year in Farm Sim 19. So I decided I want to break from sheep. There was too many sheep. We didn't do cows in 19. But I did do enough other streams with cows that cows did get done. I just didn't do pigs, or probably did chickens. But yeah, there were some I didn't do them. So I need to go back to Farm Sim 19 and finish off the achievements. But it does tell you what you need to do to get the achievements. 22 does not. But if I'm going to do an achievement run, then that will be the goal of a farm. It will basically be, yes, we're going to play this map for 2 years, and I need to breed 50 pigs or something like that. And also, I probably won't include Maize Plus or any of the animal enhancements. There's some animal enhancements where every breeding cycle a pig will produce 8 to 12 pigs. Well, I need 3 pigs and I can complete the achievement in like 1 breeding cycle. Potentially. Maybe 1.5. But it's sort of we'll do it properly. But it will be probably sometime next year that I get into let's do farm sim nostalgia. Let's play a farm from an old farm sim game, or an older farm sim game I don't have. I completed 17, I did not complete 19 or 22, so it'll be one of those two, and we'll just crack out a couple of achievements and then move on to another map and crack out a couple of achievements. So that's kind of the intent, potentially in future years, as I expand my weekday streams to more than 0. I will guarantee I will not be doing 4 a week, but maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays will be weekday streams eventually. Depends what Mrs. Osa says I'm allowed to do. Okay, well, I think it's 12:05. We're at 3:29. Ooh, that's going to make some over 30-minute videos for YouTube this coming week. But I think we will call this here. Turn this around. And there we go. There's a nice shot. So, I will be back next week with some more Farming Simulator, where we'll finish off what I don't do after this stream's finished. And yeah, look out during the week for some trains running up and down the Whittier-Alaka Junction stretch. But for now, have a good day, have a good weekend, and have a good week. But I am out of here. Have fun.